to choose my October TBR. I have to choose my books by hand. I would love to be able to do a TBR jar, but I quite literally only have 15 books on my physical TBR. It's just the way it is. Honestly, I do wish I could get more books, but yeah, just can't always afford to get lots of books, and I read them as quickly as I buy them, so it's not really like something to complain about. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to choose the books that I would like to read this month. If you like this video, if you like the feels, please subscribe, because I would love to see you stick around. I would love to chat with you in the comments. Yeah, let's get into it. I really wish I could put my phone somewhere that you could see me and not see the mess at the same time, but this is what we're dealing with. Right off the bat, I have to tell you that I have 3 books on my physical TBR that I did not get to from last month, so I do want to read those. That is Keeping 13, No Man's Island by Susan Salis, and Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin. And these are a lot of my newer books at the front, and at the back we have secondhand books, so I'm going to be choosing between these. A book I know for sure that I definitely want to read this month is The Secret History. These 3 right here, I think they're probably going to be on my TBR. I want to save My Grandmother Sends Her Regards and Apologises for November. I've already read that. It would be a reread, and I'm not going to be obviously reading Chloe Walsh because I'm already reading Keeping 13. I can't stop thinking about The Goldfinch ever since I mentioned it in my full reads, so please check out that video if you haven't already. And ever since that video, I just can't stop thinking of the feels that this book gives, so I am tempted by that, but I want to annotate it, and I'm already going to annotate Earthsea, and that would be quite a big undertaking for 1 month for me personally, so I'm not sure. What I'm gonna do actually is I'm gonna put all my books on my bed, and then we can talk about them better. Hopefully this doesn't screw with the shot too much. Okay, so you can kind of see me, but you can see the books more importantly. So these are my secondhand books, some newer books and some more newer books. So right off the bat, I'm gonna remove this one. Even though I absolutely love it, I think I'm gonna save it for November. No one talks about this book by Frederick Backman. Everyone's talking about Anxious People right now. I love that he's been spoken about, but I was here first. I read this in 2016. It was my first ever 5-star experience, and I'll never ever forget when I finished that book. It was absolutely breathtaking. Please, please read this one. I recommend this to all of my family and friends. This is outstanding. But I won't be reading it this month, probably next month. Straight away, I am struggling to decide whether or not I'm going to read... I could read the Pumpkin Spice Latte... I could read the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cutthroat Cafe in this month. Yeah, I could read this and the Cutthroat Cafe, but I feel like reading both of them just wouldn't sit right because they're both about cafes. Maybe that's a silly judgment to make, I am not sure. But one book I'm definitely going to read is The Secret History. Absolutely can't wait to read this. I think it's going to be amazing. So that definitely is on the physical TBR. Which reminds me, I need to show you the other books that are going on my physical TBR. Started reading Keeping 13. So far it's going fine. I really hope it picks up though. Yeah, so I'll finish this. No Man's Island by Susan Salis. This will be a book that you've probably never heard of because it's secondhand. I do really like to buy secondhand books because it 100% makes my reading a lot more varied than most. I'm gonna read that. Earthsea. I will definitely be reading this. I am very excited to annotate this in its entirety. It is a gorgeous edition. It's just such a beautiful book, and considering Ursula K. Le Guin is such a phenomenal, famous writer, I can't wait to see what this is like. I'm very excited to read that, and we are going to be starting this book in this video, so that's really fun. Oh, and outslid my tabs, but they go perfectly. They go perfectly together. Don't you think? Can't wait to sell this. I should maybe put in the shot, like the books that we are building up, so makes it easier. There we are. I think that's all right. So these are the books that are on my TBR so far. I'm gonna look at my secondhand books right now. Oh my goodness, someone left a bookmark in this secondhand. Oh, it's from Ireland. Oh, that's nice, but it's also sad. Look at this. Look at this bookmark, it like slips over the top of the page. I'm very happy to have this, but I'm also kind of sad for the person that's missing it. But you know, they threw the book out. So, Going Home by Maria Evans. This does look interesting. It does look interesting. Books that are also catching my eye right now. This one that I got in my secondhand book bundle, I really wasn't that interested in it. I was honestly just going to throw it away. But because it's short, I'm considering it. I'm just going to have a little look at the blurb. Mary Jago has donated her own bone marrow to save the life of someone she didn't know, and this generous act led directly to the bitter breakup of her affair with Alistair. For him, it was as though her beauty had been plundered. The man whose life she had saved would change Mary's life in a way she would never have imagined. Located in the area around Regent's Park, Ruth Rendell creates an atmospherically charged universe where a young woman's life is in danger both from the middle-class world she knows and another world of the dispossessed and deranged. Mysterious, complex, dangerously inventive, Ruth Rendell's new novel may well be her finest achievement. That's interesting. Oh, I do actually really like the layout of this. Like, it looks quite pleasing to the eyes. You know what, I'm going to put this on the TBR. I'm not really that bothered about the dust jacket. I think it's kind of ugly. That's the woman herself. But, you know, it's one of the reasons why I love buying secondhand books, is that you really do find some hidden gems, and I 100% learnt that from my August reading month, because I read Shadows in the Mirror by Frances Byfield, which is a secondhand book, and that was really good. It was really, really good. So I think I will add this to the TBR. So how many is that now? That is 5? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. Okie dokie. So we now have 2 secondhand books there. And I do really want to read one of these. I mean, I could add both of them, but I was thinking I don't know if I want my TBR for this month to be smaller than last month, because I feel myself, starters, I'm not well, as you probably know that by now, and I think I might be getting into a book slump, so I don't want to force anything. I love reading new books. Secondhand books is really fun to read, but there's something lovely about reading a new book, so I think I'm only going to pick one of these to add to my October TBR, and I think I'm going to pick The Cutthroat Cafe because it looks really fun. I did talk about it in my latest bookish vlog where I got it in the post. So yeah, I think I'm going to pick the Cutthroat Cafe. I'll have a final gander over the books, see if I want to add any more, and I'll show you the finished October TBR. I was going to try and show you my full physical TBR in this clip with them standing up, but they're actually too tall. So, these are the books that we are going to read in October, and these are the books left on my physical TBR. We have only 13 books on my physical TBR. All the other books I have read, which is kind of crazy to think that, but it's crazy, but it's also really good. I do wish I had more books sometimes though, but you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm gonna put these back and we're gonna get some reading done, probably some annotating too.